E3 Media.
Through the media.
YouTuber Nikita Dragun, a YouTuber that I've never, I thought I had the camera on me. Sorry about that, guys. The camera was supposed to be on me, not her. Nikita Dragun was forced into, she was arrested, forced to stay in a men's jail.
Transgendered woman. And, but what I read, their policies are, like, supposedly she didn't even get, like, during her processing, all she stayed was in the holding cell, which is, I guess, a co-op.
Yeah.
And there's a guard there the entire time. And when she left, she never got past that part before she left. But she's claiming that she was forced to be with the men, and I think that maybe she may have misconstrued where she was at, because they're saying she was only in the holding cell, like she was.
But was she in a holding cell with another, with any other man at any point?
Probably, but she's also. Oh no! They said that she was isolated after her initial booking because of her fame, so to speak, and the danger to her, and then an LGBTQ community officer is who escorted her, is what they were saying.
From TMZ, it's a rep in Miami-Dade Corrections tells TMZ Miami-Dade Corrections and Rehabilitation Department is committed to protecting the rights of transgender community and all of the LGBT people. MDCR has procedures in place for appropriate intake, housing, and medical needs of transgender inmates. And we are committed to ensuring that all inmates in our custody, including transgender persons, are treated appropriately throughout our intake classifications and placement process. Now, okay, so you're saying that maybe that maybe she was put in.
Well, it says that she was placed in a holding cell all by herself due to her high-profile status before she was released.
So she was basically on the men's side of the jail.
She may have been. Well, I think I don't think she was on the men's side. I think she was in processing.
Okay.
That the processing is its own area before you get taken to wherever you're going, depending on the jail, mind you. So
it says Nikita Dragun was forced into the men's unit of the local jail after Monday's arrest in Florida.
Wait, but who says that? So you're reading what someone is saying.
Right.
She's saying that, which what I think is, like, that's not factual necessarily. That's just what she's saying. I think what's happening is she went into processing. She's getting processed. They have holding, which sometimes are co-op, sometimes are men and women. And there's a guard that stands there the entire time.
Okay.
And that then you go to the respective places. Now, it's not to say that she's incorrect, but I just think that there's maybe some misunderstanding about stuff, honestly.
Right.
But she didn't get out of the holding cell. Like, she never got put in actual jail.
Okay. So that's what I was wondering. Like, was she put in at any point? Was she ever in a cell with other? Because I mean, I know I understand what you were saying. That's the one thing I was wondering about. Like how, because I'm sure this has probably happened before. Like, how crazy
Look,
would that
I'm going to
be?
tell you, I know people that have been arrested, and this is happening now. They've been arrested, and you're supposed to only have women touch other women.
Like that.
Well, there was a woman that I knew that got arrested and went to jail, and she was not searched by a woman, and she was SA'd right there being processed.
Right.
Just because she's going to jail does not mean she deserves to be SA'd. So
Right.
there's absolute corruption and horribleness that are happening in those situations.
and it definitely-
100% agree.
Definitely probably another one of those situations where the arresting officer, knowing that they're transgender or whatever, just doesn't respect it, doesn't care.
They don't care.
You're technically about, whatever. So I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to treat you like whatever I want.
Absolutely. And and look, I get that she's in jail for a reason, and most people are. That doesn't mean you need to dehumanize them. And it doesn't mean that you need to treat them in such a manner without compassion or empathy, because, sometimes people go to jail and they don't deserve to be there.
Right.
That is not an unheard case.
They have to be able to pay their debt, but there's a process. Let them pay their debt the right way.
Right way.
Not through your creepy, touchy way or all your creepers out there.
Yeah.
So I guess this story wasn't as. I guess there was more to it than I realized.
I feel like there's more to it. We just don't know yet, or like maybe she is misunderstanding the process of what she was going through. Is my personal opinion. I also don't necessarily think that maybe they were doing everything the best possible. Maybe they were screwing up in some ways, and maybe they were not. Maybe she did go to the male side of it, but she never went to the actual jail. She was just in the holding, but. They're saying she wasn't even with any men. Maybe she's just upset because they put her on the men's side, and even though she didn't get processed all the way. Yeah.
And I understand that's what the tagline is meant to do. They call it clickbait.
Oh, yeah.
I read it and I'm thinking, oh my God, the woman was thrown in like maximum security with all these guys. You know what's probably going to happen. So, but again, this is TMZ. So maybe maybe it was just a clickbaiting situation.
Like the tabloids,
it's still
checkout stand.
Yes, exactly.
Either way, even being in a situation where it could have been that, where it's still a touch too far. Like they should not have had her anywhere near that. Is what I'm saying. So, well, as the story develops, maybe it is what they said it is. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's more to it. I guess we'll find out later.